I got that from you, and I tell other people when they get a kick out of it, they like that second.
Yeah, Friday's Eve. You can't beat it.
And be positive about it. Weekend coming up.
Yes.
You only have one day. Good morning.
Yeah, in custody, Tasha Morgan, one, and the other guy's on bond.
Hello.
She's about to call back in. And he's yours, right?
Called.
Peter? Taylor? Yes. Okay. Do you need him?
When anyone has Tucker, I always think Tucker, the man in his dreams.
Yeah, he's like R2D2, but he's like even green. Morgan, Tasha, and Taylor, Eric. Right, and then we'll be.
Oh, no. LaShawn,
Hey, Judge.
are you okay?
Yeah, I just dropped my drink. You know, it's Thursday, it's kind of more than I've had so far, so hopefully it gets better.
Oh, it's gonna get better.
Okay. You promise?
I promise. And you know what, LaShawn? When I see that, you know what I was thinking of? My niece, when she says, oh, no. So I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, you're leaving.
Hi, have a good one.
You too, Judge. Yeah, that's it.
He breathes us in and then leaves. Aw. See, you made Thursday's Eve so great. Well, Friday's Eve. Yeah, it's gonna be fabulous. All right, you too. Bye-bye. LaShawn, did you spill any milk? You didn't spill milk, did you?
No.
See, so we don't have to cry.
I was laughing before it even came out of your mouth.
And Deputy Laura, we're on our health kick, so we're drinking our water,
Yes, we are.
soda. We're only gonna do that once in a while.
Haven't had a soda in about 2 weeks.
You got the shakes?
I had it on the weekend.
All right, everyone, I'm gonna call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you're here. Otherwise, I'm gonna assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Chaz Reed. Hi, no problem. I'm telling you, Deputy Laura, everyone who is in the audience will fail at being spies. They don't whisper. All right, in custody, Jordan Estrada, Landon Kendrick, Jose Mejia, Javier Herrera, Philip Harris, thank you, Tyler Ashbaugh, Desiree Serene-Ana,
President.
thank you, Joel Garcia, Miguel Perez Narana, Carl Fuller, Carlos Gallardo, custody, Stephanie Galvan. All right. We were on a roll with everybody being here on top. She just broke it. Josue Alvarado, custody, Anthony Villarreal,
I heard from him, I talked to him yesterday. He's on the phone.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but.
you guys are breaking it. Clarence McDaniel, custody. Jason Gonzalez. Daniel Guerrero. Made it just in time. Brennan Short. Brennan Dane Short. Kelly Cotner.
Present with counsel, Judge.
Thank you. Adriana Herrera. Adriana Herrera. John Swamley. John Daniel Swamley. Am I pronouncing the last name correctly? Yes. Sometimes I don't know what to do with that W. Brennan Cornish, custody. Jay Warris. Jay Angel Warris. Taj Davis, custody. Israel Mancata. Thomas Henson, custody. Crystal Cherry, custody. Yvette Estrella Martinez. Emmanuel Morley, custody. Natasha Morgan, custody. Isaac Chavez. Alberto Hernandez. Clarence McDaniel, custody. Carlos Gallardo, custody. James Katina, custody. Stephen Gibson. Is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? What's your name?
He's here for sentencing with his mother, Your Honor, the no contact order.
Ah, thank you.
We're ready, Your Honor.
Let me see it. This is the one I have.
Right here, was it right here this morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I missing someone? Deputy Laura, am I missing anyone?
Can I see that?
Judge, Monica Wade is here at 12.
This one, this is the first.
All right. So let me see, everyone. Juan Miranda. Juan Arturo Miranda. Jose Lopez, custody. Stephanie Galvan.
Still on their way.
All right, thank you. Anthony Villarreal, still late. Brennan Short. Adriana Herrera. John Swamley. Ray De La Rosa, custody. Frank Pettis.
Present, Your Honor, we're supposed to. Mother,
Thank you.
sentencing. We're
All
ready.
right. Jay Warris. Jay Angel Warris. Ruben Solana, custody. Ray De La Rosa. All right. Anyone else who's here and your name was not called? All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Please follow these rules, and this Friday's Eve will go beautifully. Criminal Child Division files are there. Family violence files are there. Just grab your file, place it on the prosecutor's desk, have a seat. They're going to call you in the order of appearance. If you have someone who is in custody, let the deputy know. They will bring your person out. Once you requested a person who's in custody, do not leave the courtroom because for security reasons, there's a limited number of inmates who are allowed out. If you leave and you requested your inmate, you're being selfish to your colleagues because they're here and you're not. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, yes, we need an interpreter. Just ask the clerk to call the interpreter down and then do not leave. It will take the interpreter 5 minutes to get here. If you have someone who's on probation, if you're in a plea bargain agreement where your client is going to be applying for probation, please talk to the probation officer. It's Miss Abrams. Please talk to her because guess what? If you come before me, I'm going to ask them for their thoughts anyway. I believe in having more information than less information. So to bypass that and to stop slowing things down, talk to her. If you are ready to approach the court, just approach the clerk, have them pull your file, take a seat. I'm going to call you in the order of appearance. Do not approach the court unless you've spoken to your client and conferred with the state and your client is out here. Do not approach me saying, well, Judge, my client's still in back, but I'm ready to talk to you now. Your client needs to be here before me. Please do not stand staring me down because you're waiting for your file or your file has been turned in. Guess what? I'm going to call you in the order of appearance and then you're blocking my view to probation. The other thing, attorneys, I know this courtroom is small and it's set up improperly. Whoever built this and decided to build it did not speak to anybody who actually was going to be working here, which they do that in every type of company. So if you could do me a humongous favor and the probation officer a humongous favor, when we're on the record and I'm giving someone probation or it's something to do with probation, don't block Miss Abrams' view. Vashawn, can you raise your hand? Do not block her view because when you block her view, it's hard for her to hear. And when we're on the record, do not talk behind the court reporter. Just ask the deputy to move your person over to the end. They will do it. And also when we're on the record, whisper so that probation can hear. All right, it's Friday Eve. I know we thought that we'd be retired. We are not. But guess what? Tomorrow's Friday. We got to be excited about that. So everyone, let's confer. Let's be kind to each other and go forth. And now, Deputy Laura, I have an officer here for warrants. And guess how she starts out? She's like, now it's 14 warrants. It's going to be fine. And thank you for tabbing everything. No, I'm going to read it and then I'll call you out.
Yes.
Del Costa?
You did, I don't know what it is.
Happening probably like the intake there. Yeah.
All right. Family violence and
Did they set up the bond or what happened? Okay.
at least it's one. Yeah, I got it. Hours, 4 years, 6 hours. Good. All right, I got you. Can I take? Yes. Hello there. Hello.
Yeah, we find, was asking his wife is for this glasses. Yeah.
He had to do the exchange.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, but then no, we have to.
I don't remember.
It was because we wanted to make sure that. As.
Deputy Laura, what is an Edgar hairstyle?
And this was sure the actual.
Oh, okay. Where does that come from? Why do they call it the Edgar?
Okay, it's called.
Uh,
So I don't know if it's in the file, but it's on the online discovery.
so what's on?
Just the whole thing was one of the things we were concerned about making sure was on there with like the checklist that the initials signed. Yeah, I made sure that that's up there.
Mr. Billy, yeah, just-
It's in the first row, got your name.
Okay.
Thank you, Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. She's not gonna. Say that.
Okay, so the Marbach haircut is different from the Edgar?
They're the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it with hair tag. But not only that, but so you.
What it is, that.
All right, excuse me. I believe that knowledge is key. Is there a difference between what's called the Edgar haircut and the Marbach?
I think they're the same thing. The Edgar haircut versus the Marbach haircut.
I know what the Marbach is.
Yeah. we think
So
it's the
why is
same
it
thing.
called the Edgar as opposed to the Marbach? Well, yeah.
But I think Edgar is like a general term.
Where did Edgar come from? I want to know.
No.
All right, somebody find the origins of why they call it the Edgar.
For identification purposes. They all have the same.
Okay. All right, I want somebody to tell me the origins of the Edgar. But why are they calling it the Edgar? I know why they call it the Marbach, but yeah,
Hopefully.
I would like to know. So anybody who knows. Yeah. I don't know, parting the back, business in the front. Is that what it's called?
I know, I think that should be the right number. Let me make sure.
Yes. Oh, you have the information for me?
Pardon. So if you want to read
Yes,
Assuming
thank
the
you.
correct one, yeah. And
low
then
battery,
the
but it's there.
Yeah.
04.
Just wait for the deputy and she.
Go back to, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
There should be one.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, now I know. Thank you.
I mean, it's not a clear answer, but it gets us.
It's, we're getting us there.
567, okay. 63.
Might not.
So yeah, I had it for, these were the ones that were on the 623, and then there was the 624.
Yes. Oh, let me see.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
And
okay.
I made sure I did. I think I did like twice. How are you?
Oh,
And everyone, I'll be with your cases in just a moment. Let me just do these warrants very quickly and then I'll come to everybody's case.
Girl, big deal.
Yeah.
Bring Israel Moncada. Yep, we're ready to proceed on him.
Juvenile. And, another one for yourself.
Like it is right now.
He just needs to approach the edge.
She's
She's behind that, like, with her current.
It was nice yesterday. Like overnight. Overnight.
Oh, okay. No, no, no.
I was thinking that it- Yes, ma'am. Time for it? Oh, no, I don't. I did file, I did make sure that I refiled for that. I can ask the judge if I can just refile them tonight.
That's the only thing we have on the request. And then, other than that.
Yeah.
nothing.
I'll ask the
But I'll be
judge.
sure if you have a phone. Ready to go.
I'll explain that to her.
You're ready. then?
Good chance. Thank you.
All right, can the officer come forward, please? Oh, you come around this way. All right, can you raise your right hand for me? And are you? All right, I just have to make sure that's the name that's in here. Yeah. Okay, for sure. The carnival sign. Oh, no, it's no problem. All right, let me, just 1 second. Let's see. Oh, no, the tabs do have great. All right, are you, Ruby Garcia? All right, it's all true and correct and within your personal knowledge. All right, once you sign it, and then I'll sign it, and we'll go from there. And you can just pass them to me as you're ready. All right, who's here on Ray De La Rosa? And where's De La Rosa? If he'll come down.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What are we here for?
We're here for, we're gonna ask for bond reinstatements.
Okay.
And actually,
And
I
have you
had-
conferred with the state?
I did.
All right.
Came up, on,
Sir, all the way to the front.
and I'm sorry, Your
If you
Honor.
guys could step back a little bit, because I can't
Absolutely,
see
absolutely, Your Honor.
anyone. Yes.
On night mag 753-624, I had filed that. I'm gonna go ahead and refile that tonight,
Okay.
but that's not showing up in the paperwork.
All right. So if that's an issue, if you want to do that orally, and if the state has no objection, that way you won't have to come back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Just give me 1 moment. Sorry. I guess before calling you all up here, I should have waited till I had signed everything. So I apologize.
Fine.
And just double check. No, it wouldn't open. No, tell him to sign in and see if he can sign in. Thank you. I hope I don't get your paperwork out of order. But I learned a lot today from having this document. I learned that the Edgar haircut and the Marbach haircut are the same. Who knew? Obviously not me. All right. All right, if you guys can step back just for 2 minutes. Council, just give me 2 minutes. And I'll finish this. I'll be right back.
Okay, I can see it. Please, I know. If we could announce Ms. Natasha Morgan. Yes, please.
Have a seat. Oh, forgot. Thank you.
All right. Oh, everyone, please be seated. Thank you. Okay. Just double check to make sure it's been signed.
I did.
Was it? Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, we're getting there.
And then there was a violation there. Sorry? I am ready, yeah.
I appreciate your tabs.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, no, it's not. Don't leave, yeah. We are getting close.
Yes.
We're not done.
They're just hanging out.
He hired a chance to read.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Must be interesting. Bring a thing about it.
The head of me. Only a year.
Yeah.
Not done. All righty, there you are. You're welcome. Have a great day. And then the other one, I'll take it up after I finish Docket. Sorry about that. All right, so he has 5 cases. So what are we here on?
We're here on a bond reinstatement, Your Honor.
On which case?
On the 3 cases, it's gonna be 2024 CR 007567.
Mhm.
And I believe it's nightmare. I believe it's 740-623 and 624.
All right, and then I see on the 623.
And the 624, Your Honor, I had filed that, but apparently it didn't make the court, so I will refile that this afternoon.
All right, when you say 623, is it 740-623?
I believe so.
All right, so I do also have a night mag that's 753-623, where the bondsman surrendered an affidavit to surety.
Yes,
So he does have 5 cases total, so we also get off the other 2.
I don't believe so. I believe there's
Yes,
2. Oh, did they get off the other 2 cases?
Yes.
Okay.
so I don't know if you want to refile to have it all heard together or,
Let me go ahead and refile, Your Honor.
okay, all right. And then just speak with Ms. Ferguson and we'll put you on the docket.
And I'll
Or
get-
if you get it done today, we'll hear today. Okay,
I have to be in.
all right. So with regards to the, and I guess it's criminal trial division on the driving while intoxicated case, criminal trial division on De La Rosa, where are we on discovery with the driving while intoxicated case?
2 days ago, I had received the discovery, Your Honor.
Okay,
I'm going through that right now.
all right.
I believe the district attorney had told me that the night mag cases where the family violence were being presented to the grand jury today.
All right, so then it's gonna take us probably about, once it's presented, if they indict, how many weeks will it take for us to get the file?
Probably 3 weeks.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll reset this for 3 weeks. but you can still come over before the 3 weeks to have your bond issue heard.
Okay, and the surety had put in, had surrendered all the bonds, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I only found out about the three. I didn't get notice.
Okay.
I need to,
All right, Ms.
Yeah.
Ferguson, on De La Rosa, Ray De La Rosa, can I have a 3-week reset?
Judge, that case is already set for September 19th. You want me to?
No, yeah, we'll keep it at, you know, what, let's keep it at September 19th and we'll see what's filed. All right, thank you. And does anybody have any whiteout? I'm missing my whiteout. Thank you. All right, so we'll be back on September 19th, but if you file something before then,
you'll hear before then. Thank you
Yes.
very much, Your Honor.
all right, thank you. Have a great day. There we are. And what page is he on? Thank you. Tyler Ashbaugh. Good morning. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
All right. I can't complain. It's Friday Eve. What could make you happier, you know?
Right.
I mean, I think Friday Eve is better than Friday because once Friday is over, the weekend pretty much is over for people who work.
I guess it's the whole week right now.
Yeah, it's
We're almost there.
all right. So what is happening on this case?
Judge, so we're set for discovery compliance, in anticipation of possible pretrial motions. I was trying to locate, there's a lot of body cam evidence on this case. I was trying to locate any videos of my client's arrest.
Mhm.
I asked the prosecutor, he checked with the detective. The detective confirmed they do exist, but for some reason they weren't transferred over. Apparently there's about 30 videos. Granted, some of those may be duplicates according to the state, but there are arrest videos that I have not had the chance to view because they were not transferred over.
And Judge, the reason we were able to figure that out is because there was an Axon body camera report listing out all the video that was collected here. I was able to see that there's several officers where it says it has body cam, but we don't have it in discovery. Several reached out to the detective, he did say that there was another SAP associated with this one, it just wasn't linked. He was trying to send me a link to Thurs video last night because it's of some of the videos. He didn't do that immediately. He's still working on trying to figure out how to get it made. It may be as easy as we just go to the homicide office and just bring in a hard drive. Just have it.
All right. So when this will be done?
I'm trying to see if maybe he's gonna send it. I'm gonna reach out by Friday to check on that. But tomorrow, if he can't send it to me electronically, then I'll try and send it up next week. Or just get it myself.
Okay.
And then, in addition, I believe Andrew, to the state, he went to the and about the events to get the data that they tried to acquire from the vehicles. I don't believe they were successful. I think it's second for the time. Trying going out there.
Okay. So why are we unsuccessful in obtaining the data?
So this time, the vehicle was able to be turned on when it had power from another source. Basically, we tried to jump it because that's what we needed to access in order to attempt to download or get this extraction from the black box on the car. However, because the car has been an impound for so long, it's a push to start only. It's not one of the, turns. And so the key fob was deprogrammed from the vehicle. And so it's saying like invalid ID, and you have to get past that in order to access that evidence. So we may just be out of luck on that. However, my investigator's talking to some locksmiths and seeing if there's a way around that for now.
All right. What type of vehicle is this?
It's a Nissan Rogue.
All right. Don't you just call the dealership?
He called all the dealerships in the San Antonio area to ask them if there was a way around this. And I think even one in New Braunfels. And that was kind of the answer that he got from them, is that it's probably been deprogrammed. And the only way to, I guess, reprogram it would be to bring the vehicle into a dealership, or that's why he's trying to contact a locksmith that may know a way around it so that we don't have to go that route, Judge.
And you say it's a Nissan Rogue?
It's a Nissan Rogue, yes, Judge.
And I'm sure you all Googled and tried all of these steps.
We did. I was Googling there at the scene, but not very helpful.
So you all got inside the vehicle, locked all the doors without starting the vehicle.
Unlike the doors, we were able to, no, the vehicle was, we don't need to start it. We just have to, it's like when you turn the key a little bit and it just has the,
No, I'm just doing the Google because the Google, it says to begin the Nissan key fob programming, get inside the car and lock the doors. Without starting the vehicle, insert the key into the ignition, then remove the key. Repeat this step 6 times. However, it can take up to 10 times. Once the vehicle recognizes the key, the hazard light should flash twice. This is just from Google. So did anybody try that?
I don't know, Judge, but there was, the issue is there was no ignition to stick the key into for this. It's only it's a push to start only. So there's no slot. Normally the cars have both where you can still stick it in a
Did y'all
slot.
try putting the fob in the center console? You know, there's a little slot in the center console. Did y'all try that?
I guess I don't follow. I don't know what.
Well, when there is an issue with the battery, usually in cars, the center console, where you lift it up, there's an indentation. And people think, why is this indentation here? And I learned through experience, it's an indentation to put your key fob in there.
Okay.
So did anybody try that?
I don't think so.
This is just something I'm throwing out. So you may want to try it.
Okay.
But yes, so. Yeah. So, yes.
The state has made multiple attempts to make this available to defense.
No, they have, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I guess at this juncture, we're still asking for a reset for discovery, just so we can at least get these videos simultaneously. We can try if we want to make more efforts on the vehicle.
Yeah, okay. I think there's a way to get around this key fob business because I would like for everybody to have all the evidence they want. So if y'all will Google intently with the key fob, because I'm reading on Google now, there are different ways to reprogram when you have the push start. And if y'all need to, you know, they're saying take the car to the dealership. Tow it to the dealership, or either have somebody from the dealership come out, you know, to reprogram it.
Okay.
And I think it's for, because I know, training from the dealership, we have to have a post these are score, so these are these.
Yes. All right, just 1 second. Could I have that printout? All right. This is what I've Googled.
Thank you.
So if you haven't tried that, try that.
Okay.
And then if all else fails, find the center console. And if it's like most vehicles now, You can put the key fob in there and see if you can reprogram it from there. We should go back to there was a day you could just shade tree, somebody just put it on the shade, charge it and go from there. Probably was charged incorrectly because sometimes when it's been sitting for a while and you recharge it, you have to have a professional do that because it throws everything off. I say this from experience. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Ashball, can you put this at the end of October? This is going to be the last setting for discovery.
Okay.
The 31st.
All right, Halloween.
And I know I have to be in Kendall County for sentencing that may take a while, Judge,
All right.
on that date.
Let me look at the calendar.
On internet. Worse, super something.
Norma, bring this back on the 29th.
That works, Judge.
All right, we'll do 29th. Anything else?
There is, Judge. So you may be getting a violation report if you have not already from pretrial.
I have it.
Okay, I just wanted to address that because I think we can address that quickly. Mr. Ashball came to my office on Tuesday. We had a meeting. On his way back, his father's battery died in their car, and so he pulled into this restaurant. Tyler was obviously a little worried because of the requirements of GPS. He called his wife to come get him. However, his wife was picking up their daughter from school. And so it took her a while to have to do that first and then come get him. His dad got a family member to jump the vehicle. And then that was that. His father is here if you'd like to hear from him, just to confirm that.
State. Oh, it's saying that he was at Panchito's Mexican restaurant.
And his father said that was the parking lot that he pulled into.
Okay.
But it sounds like he stayed there.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. Just wanted to address that before you died.
All right. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Okay. I'm sorry, Judge. There's one other thing.
Excuse me, Daniel. One other thing.
One other thing.
We're doing Lenny.
I'm
Just
sorry.
one more thing.
One more thing. This is the final thing. He was asking because him and his wife do have 2 younger children, with the pickup and drop off of the daughter, which I believe you've approved, Judge.
Mhm.
He was just asking for an earlier drop off time. Is there
It's a different time totally, because she gets there at a different time.
she gets there at a, okay. You want to explain that to the judge?
She gets there at a different time now because she's in kindergarten. So I was asking if, and plus with traffic and everything, we have to change residence, so we live a little bit further away. I'm asking if it's okay if we leave from 6:45, get back around 8 or so.
You're talking about in the morning or?
Yes, in the morning.
All right. Then you all need to write it in and sign off on it,
Okay, thank you, Judge.
and sign off on it with the state.
On a
Is there
page?
anything else?
No, that's it, Judge.
Yes. All right. So fill that out, the time, and then give it to the state to sign off, and then I'll sign off on it. And write approved, Nathaniel, write approved for. And then fill it in, and then I'll sign it.
Mr. Navy.
You ordered me approach on a matter that was
Yes.
called earlier? Yeah, thank you,
Yes.
Judge.
Just give me one moment. Let me put this in the system.
Oh, yes, Judge, of course.
All right.
Pass for time.
Is it a, do you have a cert? Certification that we-
I'm gonna ask her to go.
I mean, we-
Oh, I did. Oh, I learned my lesson.
All right, on Morgan.
Yes, Judge, that's correct.
Yes.
Probation matter. We're requesting a 1-week reset, Judge. She did get screened for cross points.
Mhm.
So a transitional living facility for women. We're waiting to hear back if she meets criteria for that, Judge. And I conferred with the probation department. They think that it would be a good fit if she qualifies as a condition of that probation, Your Honor. So we just need to get that final confirmation. So we're just requesting this for 1 week reset for Ms. Morgan.
And this Cross Point,
Yeah, to see if she meets that criteria.
have you all tried calling Cross Point?
Yes, Judge, Ms. Sean went the extra mile and called today. Believe she's still waiting to hear back from the supervisor. I did contact also the pretrial office that made the initial referral, and they stated that they needed to send the referral. The screening has been done, but the referral needed to be sent to Cross Point and to designate if she met criteria and send it back to us with the documentation. So
I'm waiting for a phone call back.
All right, do y'all want to wait a little bit before we reset this?
okay, I don't have a problem.
I mean, there's still a little process that has to take place. The actual referral has to go over there.
Mhm.
So I'd rather, it be reset,
Okay.
so that we can have it like set
Yeah.
totally up.
All the
All right, how
that's
much
okay.
time are you all asking?
A
for?
week.
1 week, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Morgan, can I get a 1 week reset, please?
September 19th.
Yes, ma'am. Got that down. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I want to approach Chaz Reed.
Hi.
Hey, may I approach?
Yeah. I'm gonna call you all in order of appearance. Yes. Okay. I will trust that he did his job. All right, thank you. I should probably trust but verify, but I'm gonna go with it. There you are. And Morgan is on page, let me see.
I have it here.
All right, who's here on Monica Wade? All right, Miss Wade. All right, and have you had a chance to speak with your client? She wanted to talk to me concerning something.
I spoke to her on Tuesday and then court, and then she complained to you that she was not happy with me, that's all.
Oh, okay. All right, come forward. Hello. Hi. So, Miss Wade.
Yes,
This is the attorney that's been appointed to you. What's your issue?
my issue is, I was a little at ease when we came into court, just the other day. Because, we discussed in the back, that I was not gonna plead to the charge.
No. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to get involved in your plea negotiations or whatever is going on, but let me explain something to you. In this court,
Yes,
there
ma'am.
is a process.
Correct.
And my process is attorneys, I make sure they have all of the discovery. Then I require the state to tender an offer. The state tenders an offer. Defense must tender it to you. They're legally and ethically obligated to do that. Then here's the thing. You can accept it. You can say, I'm not accepting it. I'm gonna make a counter offer. You can go to trial. That's it. So if you're telling your attorney you want to go to trial, I've seen your attorney in trial, he'll take it to trial.
Right, but I didn't know anything about any jury trial. That was never mentioned to me. That was
Well, you're
never
not at
discussed.
this, you're not, it hasn't been set for jury trial yet.
For
So
grand jury
if you
or-
want to, if you want to speak to your attorney, you can speak to your attorney about jury trials. What I can tell you is you're on probation for felon in possession of a firearm. Is that correct?
Yes,
And then I have the new case here.
yes.
And that new case, has that new case been indicted?
No.
So it's not going to trial yet because it hasn't been indicted yet.
Okay, my concern and my issue is the communication, like I'm not getting a clear understanding on what's going on.
I'll
That's
talk to
all-
him.
Yeah, that's all I'm requesting. If I could just get
All
clear
right, so here's the
understanding.
thing.
Because I'm like,
Some- Here's the thing. Sometimes attorneys have different styles, right?
agree,
There are some people who want their attorney to hold their hand. Sometimes that's not going to happen because we're all adults.
right,
Usually in juvenile cases where people have clients they're representing that are children, they will hold hands.
right,
But some attorneys, they're just going to give you the facts. But guess what? Your attorney's not a mind reader. If there's something you don't understand, you have to tell your attorney, I don't understand. What is a jury trial? I don't understand what a jury trial is. And I guarantee you, if that's your issue, he'll explain to you what a jury trial is.
okay,
All right. So, and I can tell you, 12 people sit in a box and they decide whether you're guilty or not guilty.
right,
State will present evidence. The defense can present evidence or not present evidence. They're not required to. Witnesses will be called. The state will question those witnesses. The jurors will listen. Your attorney will question them if he thinks there's something they need to be questioned about. Then at the end of the day, there's going to be a jury charge presented. And both the state and the defense will have a chance to give their closing arguments,
right,
which some people call their spin on things. And then a jury will go back and deliberate and make a decision on whether you're guilty or not guilty.
right, understood.
If they decide you're guilty, then we'll move to punishment talk.
Okay,
All right.
all right.
All right, thank you. All right, who is here on Israel Mankata?
Ready, Your Honor. Gracious.
Hello.
Hello.
You already played, yeah, yes.
All right, so in this case, my understanding that he was going to appear in county court, take care of that.
He did, Your Honor. We appeared yesterday and the DWI is taken care of.
All right, so with that being said, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes.
All right, court is calling 2021 CR 6023, State of Texas versus Israel Mankata. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
George Schaefer for probation or defendant.
All right, and are you Mr. Mankata?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Israel Mankata who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 6023 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on January 10th, 2022 for a period of 2 years and extended for a period of 1 year? Is that you?
Yeah.
State?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe that is.
I think that's correct, Your Honor. He's pled true. to
He
that,
did.
And all we're doing is disposition.
All right, you're right. He pled true July 25th, 2024 to violation of condition number 1. And since then, we've been waiting for the case to be resolved in county court. All right, so what was the resolution to county court?
Judge, I can speak to that.
Yes.
We were in the county court number 2 yesterday. The defendant entered a plea. He was sentenced to a term and the judgment is satisfied.
All right. And just one moment. All right, thank you. Any objection to the court reviewing the court summary?
No.
All right. So I'm assuming both parties are asking that he be continued?
Your Honor, the state is asking that the defendant be continued, that he go to SATIV. And what we have done is this defendant has been attending some AA meetings, correct?
Yes, I have 4 signatures.
I'm sorry, how many signatures?
4?
So you've attended 4 meetings
Yes.
since July,
Yes.
right? So what I can tell both parties, and I appreciate the fact that you realize that you have an issue, but from reviewing the court summary, you tested positive for cocaine before. And this wasn't your first DWI according to the court summary.
Judge, I believe it's the only one that he's been carried forward to
Okay.
conviction.
All right, well, I'll disregard that last DWI then and just focus on the DWI that you pled true to. So I have that and I have you testing positive for cocaine. This is what I'm going to do. You're going to go into custody today. I'm going to refer you to felony drug court. Counsel, if you will reach out to felony drug court.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but my wife works overnight and I'm the only one that can watch my son.
All right, does she have a grandmother?
No, she does not.
Oh, is your mom here?
No, she's not. She has a MOGAD. It's a autoimmune disease.
Okay.
And she could only barely see out of one eye, so.
All right, so here's the issue. You shouldn't be caring for a child when you have this cocaine issue going on in the DWI. Now, this is what I'm telling you, and I want you to internalize what I'm saying. I'm trying to give you help so that you can be successful on this probation, because this is an evading arrest detention with a vehicle. You're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. And while you're on probation in this court, you picked up a DWI. And I realized DWI, the drug use, that's related to addictions. So I'm trying to help you solve that, because otherwise you could potentially go to prison for 10 years. And then when you get out, who knows when you get out, but when you get out, your child won't remember you. So I'm going to deny the motion, alternate amend conditions. I'm going to do a referral to felony drug court, and counsel, if you reach out to felony drug court, they'll probably be able to see him. Maybe they'll be able to still see him this week, probably not, but definitely next week. And if you reach out to them and tell them he's very interested in the program and would like to be in the program, I know they have a graduation upcoming, so they'll probably have placement for him. All right, so we're going to do a referral to felony drug court. That's first. If he's not accepted into felony drug court, then we're going to do SATA. And I'm going to also add 120 sober meetings in 120 days. And he's to remain in custody until transfer to felony drug court or SATA. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need for me to be successful?
Is there a way I could get like a reset until I have a bed?
So you have what?
So I get a bed?
I'm sorry, what did he say?
A bed, Your Honor. He's looking to see if he could report once there's a bed available.
No. Okay. All right, and we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know this is what you were anticipating, but you have to look at the big picture. And the big picture is your attorney did great work for you, because you could be going to prison, right? And you're not. What you're doing is you're going to get treatment so that you can be a better parent to your child. And I'm sorry if there's no one other than your wife to watch your child. I hope she doesn't lose her job, but.
That had a household as well.
Hmm?
So all these bills are gonna pile up.
Yeah, but if your attorney is able to get in touch with felony drug court, if you have no objections, I'll send them an email as well to see maybe if they can put him on the list to talk to him today.
I would appreciate the court doing that.
All right, let me send an email to see if they're available to do that. All right, if he'll just have a seat in the box and if you'll remain, I'll see if they can send somebody over.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Who's here on Yvette Martinez? And Deputy Laura, I'm gonna see if somebody can come over to see him today. No, he's in custody, but just keep him, don't send him. All right, who's here on Yvette Martinez? All right, we'll come back on that one.
Judge, I don't think that's on that one, but I think we would ask us to get someone from the Lightsaber to come in to look at via Zoom.
Yes.
I did get a hold of them. They did give me a phone number for someone who can jump on. So whenever we're about to have the hearing, I can step out and call them. I'll jump
Oh,
back.
okay, all right, awesome. Francisco Perez,
Your Honor, if you want to speak to Mr. Come up now,
yes,
we're here for that purpose.
yes. All right, and this is family violence.
Okay.
Jeez, bring them on.
So in the agreement, you all had put no contact with Mary Perez. And so when we're on the record on this case,
I didn't catch it.
both parties said we're okay with having a hearing on that
Okay.
one point. Oh, oh my gosh.
Did you fall running or?
Okay, I'll take care of them after I finish this.
Neurological disorder that got set off.
Oh, God. From the running?
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 4997 State of Texas versus Francisco Perez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Adam Jackson.
For the defense?
Douglas Catmore.
All right, and are you Mr. Perez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so the reason why we're back here is that there was an issue with the no contact order involving the complainant, and both parties agreed that there would be testimony, or the court would be able to hear from the complainant with regards to the no contact order. So Mr. Perez, if you'll step back.
Yes.
Over here, Mr. Pettis.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Do you need a chair to sit down?
No.
All right. If you can come forward a little bit. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Mary Bettis.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. So is Francisco Perez your son?
Yes.
All right. So we're here. He's applied for probation. I'm going to give him probation because both parties have agreed that he's to have probation, but I'm trying to make sure that you're protected. All right.
Mhm.
So I understand that mothers love their sons
Mhm.
and they always think that they're going to approve. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But we're here because there was a violent episode that happened at your home. So you want to tell me about that?
He wasn't taking his medications.
Mhm.
And I had called, I was trying to give him his meds and he got upset. And he went ahead and threw a book at me and hit me. And then he walked up and hit me again. And at that time I slipped and I was sitting on the floor and he grabbed me by the neck. But he wasn't choking, he just holding on. Because I was able to scream and yell for my husband, but he couldn't hear me because he was washing dishes in the kitchen. And so finally, the way I stopped him was by scratching his face. And he went back into the living room and my husband at that time came in. He tried to do the same thing to my husband, but my husband reacted really fast, shook him, and all of a sudden he just sat down. And I told my husband I wanted to call the crisis center, but instead of the crisis center, I said, call the police.
Okay.
And so the police came and I wanted to know if they were going to take him to a treatment center, you know. And it turned out that because of what he did, he was brought to jail.
All right, so what do you want to see happen with your son?
Well, he's doing really well. He's living with me. He's living with my husband. And he'll be living on his own as soon as my son finishes a small, we're converting a small shed into a living quarters
Okay,
where he'll be living in a yard, back in the yard.
all right, and the shed, does it have plumbing?
Not yet. He's just fixing it, extended it out. There's still some work to be done on there.
All right, and is this the first incident like this you've had with your?
This is the only incident after 50 some odd years, we've never done anything like that.
All right, so what's his diagnosis?
Well, he's had so many. I can't
No, that's okay.
remember.
Let me ask you this, does he have a case manager, somebody who comes out to see him on a regular
Yes, he has
basis?
a case manager, yes.
All right, how often is the case manager
I
seeing?
just talked to her a few days ago.
Okay,
She came over to the house to see how he was doing, and she said that they work with the team, and so the other people are gonna be coming in to check on Frank.
okay. So,
And the problem started because he ran out of meds
okay,
and he wasn't taking the correct ones. But he had never done anything like that before, ever. And been living with us for 50 some odd years.
all right, and do you want him to continue to live with you?
That's fine. Where, like I said, my other son is building that little echo apartment stuff so that he could be living by himself outside.
All right, and do you have anyone to help you with him?
I'm sorry,
Do you have anyone who helps you with him?
with my husband.
With your son? Your husband helps? All right, and can you always call his brother if some issues occur?
My son is living, the other son is living with me too
All
at
right,
the moment. He's working on that apartment thing.
okay, awesome. All right, and are you fearful or afraid of him living with you?
No,
Okay,
I'm not,
all right,
because it's never happened before. It's just that he had left, was not taking his meds for about 4 months, and he thought he was, but it wasn't the correct ones.
okay. And the case manager will help you with that,
Oh,
correct?
yes, yes. Yeah, we have very good rapport. So she knows exactly what's going on and understands and everything. So yes, there's somebody there that I could, call her in case something happens and stuff like that.
All right,
but
and do you have
nothing-
the case manager's name and number?
Not with me.
All right, will you be able to give that name and number to probation?
Yes.
Okay, all right, is there anything else from either side?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All right, Ally, I know you have vertigo. You can have a seat.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
Big
thank you.
excuse? Oh,
Well,
no,
I
we're
have to
not
give
done
him
yet. I'm sorry.
conditions. All right,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming in and letting me know.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you can have a seat.
God bless.
Oh, thank you. God bless you too. All right, so Mr. Perez, if you come forward. All right, if you guys could not block probation's view. Yes. It's 2023 CR 4997. It's Francisco Perez. All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years in prison. The court is going to suspend that and place you on 3 years probation. There's a $0 fine. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Mary L. Perez. And are you seeing mental health providers through the Center for Healthcare Services? All right. He's to continue with treatment through Center for Healthcare Services. You to provide probation with your case manager's name and contact information. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. make evaluation out of custody, field visits, one time per month for 4 months, anger management course. And that is, and you're on disability?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then proof of disability within 30 days. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Joyce.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea
Yes.
bargaining
Okay,
agreement,
thank you.
because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction and also an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, to be successful on probation, you need to communicate with your probation officer.
Okay.
If you feel they're not addressing your issues, just come back to court and we'll see what's going on. And it's very important that you stay on your medications.
Yes.
If you feel as though the medications are not correct or they're making you feel a certain way, you need to contact your doctor and let them know, okay? And if you need anything, you can come back to court, all right?
Okay, thank you, Chief.
All right, just remain in court and probation is going to go over conditions with you.
Okay.
All right. All right, good luck.
Maybe excused.
Well, not him.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Let me show you where to go.
Okay.
All right,
Come with me.
just have, if you'll take him to probation and have a seat.
Thank you. Good.
All right, Deputy Laura, on Israel Mankata.
Yes.
We're gonna have to have him back this afternoon. That's when they'll be able to come over. Philip Harris. Hello, what is happening in this case?
Your Honor, this is the first setting. I have not received all the discovery. I haven't been able to go through all of the discovery yet. We have received an offer from the DA after conferring, and we would respectfully request a reset so I can continue the discovery process. And I may, due to one of the issues in the case, need to request an expert be appointed.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, if you give me 30-day reset for discovery, and it's Harris.
Philip, yes.
Let me find what page he is on.
Page 2, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And I do have a request with respect to that. Mr. Harris lives in Georgia around the Atlanta area.
He can report by Zoom for that.
That's what I was going to request, Your Honor.
October 14th.
All right, October 14th is going to be discovery. You can report by Zoom. However, I require everyone to dress appropriately for Zoom and be Zoom ready.
Okay.
So when you report by Zoom, you need to find a place where you can be stationary, okay? All right, thank you. Take care of, yes, that is so true. People don't do that enough. All righty, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, once he gets this reset form.
Okay. Have a seat. I'll have.
Was it for discovery? Judge?
Yes. Anthony Villarreal.
You know, I've read your show.
Hello,
Judge.
how's it going?
Doing excellent. How about yourself?
All right, see, we have a young man who needs to be interviewed for felony drug court.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Nice.
so I'm trying to get them to come over maybe this afternoon.
I'm going over there right after I'm done here.
All right, awesome. Well, we got to get you out of here. All right, so today's plea deadline date, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, jury trial or no?
Jury trial, Judge.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
I believe that, Judge.
All right, state you may be excused. Ms. Ferguson, I need a 2 to 3 day jury trial date, criminal trial division on Anthony Villarreal.
Yes, and you can do November.
November the 12th.
All right, November 12th is your jury trial date. Let me see what page you are on. All right, thank you. All right, make sure you're on time the next time, but thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Robert. How are you?
Carlos Gallardo. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4892, State of Texas versus Carlos Gallardo. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Michael DeLeon for Mr. Gallardo.
And are you Mr. Gallardo?
Yes.
All right, you entered a plea to count one of no contest on July 29th. This was set for sentencing today. The court had found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court deferred finding of guilt as you had applied for deferred adjudication. According to the plea bargaining agreement, state proceeding on count one, punishment was to be assessed at a cap of 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state opposes your application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. They were taken in consideration 2024 CR 3341, 72840, 728402, and there's to be restitution for drug testing. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state? Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state? Defense?
I think they misspelled Mr. Gallardo's name a few times, but otherwise nothing factual, Judge.
All right. Does anyone have any witnesses? State? Defense?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. State, you are opposed. Why are you opposed? Just 1 second. Guys, I'm on the record. Okay, sure. All right, you may continue.
Judge, you just had history. Peter was waived in this case through plea negotiations for the state believes that a 10-year sentence is appropriate.
All right, defense.
Judge, Your Honor, Mr. Gallardo does have a criminal history in his past, but the problem with Mr. Gallardo is in the past, he's constantly never gotten drug treatment. He's gone to prison before for similar deals, but the thing is that he, as the PSI states, he does want to have drug treatment. He wants to get help. We can send him to prison today, Judge, and that's just kicking the can down the road. We need to get him, especially since he's motivated to get treatment. We're asking the court to grant him deferred adjudication, put him in any type of drug treatment program that the court feels would assist him in that. And obviously that could be a lockdown facility or whatever the TAP evaluation recommends. But we're asking for that opportunity for him to be able to get drug treatment. So this behavior doesn't repeat for the rest of his life. And that's what's going to happen if he doesn't get treatment. If he messes up, and I've told this to my client, Mr. Gallardo, before, if he's granted deferred, if he's put on and he messes up, the court can sentence him to prison for the maximum amount of time. With that big hammer over his head, Your Honor, we're asking for deferred adjudication and allow him to have that opportunity to get drug treatment. And Mr. Gallardo does want to make a brief statement to the court about why he should, why he wants to be on probation.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up. State your name for the record, please. All right, defense, do you have any questions for him or he just would like to make a statement?
My one question for you, Mr. Gallardo, is tell the court why you feel like if you're placed on probation, why you could be successful, why you want to be on probation.
I need help.
Tell the court more. What do you need help for?
Drug. Always, I use, when I would use drugs, I used it like as it was Ritalin to cope with basically with life.
You're talking about like self-medicating?
Yes,
Okay. And how long you been doing that?
I started since last year.
Okay. And do you feel like if you got drug treatment for that, that would help?
Yes.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to tell the court before the court decides what your sentence should be?
Yes, I just need help and continue my life, you know, try to better myself than what I was doing before.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
State, any questions?
Yes, so you were convicted of assault on a family second here in Bear County, is that correct? You had an assault family violence case? Yes. Where you're convicted, you received actually deferred adjudications of 7 years back in 2017 at first, so you were on probation for that case, is that correct? Yes. And actually, before that, you have probation out of Medina County for aggravated assault on a family with a weapon. Yes. And you were revoked off of that probation also. You received probation for that and you were revoked off that? I don't remember. I don't know, that one was for over here or in Medina. Okay. Well, from the PSI, it states that you were convicted, you had probation, and you were convicted and sentenced to Texas Department of Corrections for 4 years for that case. All right. Okay. And then also the assault, family violence here in Bear County, you were given probation, deferred actually, but then you were revoked very close to that date of the previous one in Medina County and sentenced to 6 years in the Texas Department of Corrections. Is that correct? I mean, I don't remember, you know what I mean, that far back about, you know, my past or that stuff, you know, I had forgot about a long time ago, probably. Thank you. Go for the question.
All right, so Mr. Gallardo, the court has reviewed the PSI report. And the PSI report shows your criminal history. I'm not even going to consider your juvenile history because sometimes people are young, they do foolish things. But you were given probation for possession of marijuana, April 3rd, 2007, and you ended up being revoked. Now, I am assuming that when you're given probation, if you have a drug problem, alcohol problem, mental health problem, they will give you conditions to address that. Then in December 2007, you were given deferred adjudication for assault, bodily injury, married. Then in April, I'm going to discount the April 2016 offenses because they were dismissed because you were convicted of something else. And then there was a resisting arrest, search and transportation charge, February 2024, that was taken in consideration. Then when we get to the felony cases, April 24, 2016, you had an assault family second and you were given deferred adjudication. I'm assuming it's 2016. People know when people need drug treatment, mental health treatment, they offered you that. And what ended up happening is you were revoked on that. So that means that you did not successfully complete it. Then you have this incident offense. This is just in Bexar County. Then out of county, in Medina, from 2008, you have another assault, bodily injury family. Then you have an attempted resisting arrest, search or transportation. Then in 2009, you have an aggravated assault, dating family household with weapon. You were given probation on that and you were revoked. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. So I'm not going to grant your application. I'm going to find you guilty. Does anyone wish to speak to the cap?
Judge would request something more reasonable, like 5 years.
All right. Court is finding you guilty. The court will give you credit for any time served. I'll request the therapeutic community mental health unit for you. Take in consideration 2024 CR 3341. County Court 14, cause number 728-401. 728-402. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent, restitution of $121 to SAPD for drug testing, and I'm going to assess your punishment at 10 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Gallardo, here's the thing. If you come back in the state of Texas with another criminal charge that is a felony, one or two things are going to end up happening. Either you're going to be tagged as a habitual, which means your minimum sentence will be 25, depending on the alleged offense. If it is a state jail felony, maybe you're looking at 2 to 20 years. It all depends. If you want to spend the rest of your life in prison, you can. Guess what? People talk about, oh, the Bexar County Jail is overcrowded. Oh, the Texas prisons are overcrowded. Guess what? They can always find money to build another jail, and they can always find room to put you in a cell. And then you can file whatever human rights violation you think are being violated. You can file that, but they're not going to let you go because the jail is overcrowded. They're going to find a place for you, even if it's standing or sleeping in the hallway. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Who's here on Crystal Cherry? Court is calling 2022 CR 6941, State of Texas versus Crystal Cherry. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Brian Kimbrough from Mr. Cherry.
Are you Crystal Cherry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Crystal Colleen Cherry who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 6941 for the offense of assault, public servant bodily injury on January 30th, 2023 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Crystal Pauline Cherry, the then and there failed to report supervision officer as right for the months of March and April 2024 in violation of condition.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Like on our stateway, it's all violations.
No objection.
All right, if y'all will give me a moment, just step back, please. All right, Crystal Cherry. Hello. All right, we're back on the record. You pled true to violation of condition number 4.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State.
State, waive all the violations.
All right, any objections to the state's waivers?
No.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Judge, it's the elder mandatory diagnosed residential facility placement, followed by the Genesis program, monthly urinalysis, documents of the support meetings, a 1-year extension, and 0 tolerance.
All right, so you're saying Genesis and dual diagnosis facility?
Yes, it's diagnosis.
All right.
That's correct.
All right, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And probation, is that the recommendation?
Yes.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 4 true. The court will deny the motion, alternate amending conditions to include the dual diagnosis facility followed by Genesis. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. You're gonna need to be in communication with people, okay, so they can know what's going on.
Judge,
Yes.
may I, can we, she will need to be extended that year. So if we can get that extension and then that monthly UAs over support meetings.
Okay. All right, so we'll do an extension for 1 year. We're back on the record, extension for 1 year, monthly UAs. And we're gonna do daily sober support meetings until further notice. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who is here on Landon Omar Kendrick?
Look at me, yay.
All right. Megan Carnaker?
Carnaker, she's out here.
Ah, can you come down for a moment? And who is her attorney?
Lorraine Efron.
Okay. All right, my understanding that you made bond on your case. Your case was transferred here, so I'm just trying to figure out why you have not been released yet. So if you have a seat, we'll have Lorraine Efron come over or either Zoom in.
Okay.
Thank you. Joel Garcia. Who's the attorney for Joel Garcia? All right.
He's in the hallway, he's gonna pass out, he's eating here.
Sure. All right, what is happening with Mr. Garcia?
Judge, Mr. Garcia came to court about a week and a half ago. I was on vacation at the time, enjoying California weather.
Yeah.
And so we're still searching for a trial date.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
It's a very short trial, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, it's criminal trial division.
I'm open in November.
Okay. All right, November 12th.
Joel Garcia.
All right, we'll see you back on November 12th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, everyone, give me 2 minutes, please.
Says on the T-26 at 1:30 today.
All right. All right, everyone, please be seated. Emmanuel Morley.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, where are we on this case? Are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 4007B, State of Texas versus Emmanuel Nathaniel Morley Jr. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
US 46, Texas.
Defense?
Stephen Harkowitz for Mr. Morley.
And are you Mr. Morley?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and Enter Adjudication of Guilt with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Emmanuel Nathaniel Morley Jr. who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2023 CR 4007B for the offense of robbery on September 7, 2023 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violating condition number 4, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Emmanuel Nathaniel Morley Jr. who then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as instructed on May 23rd, 2024, in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's the alternate amendment for ISF cognitive intervention treatment track, followed by ISP supervision, 5-weekly UAs, and enrollment with the Center for Healthcare Services, all owes on the.
Okay, you trailed off on the end. What was the rest?
Sorry, 5-weekly UAs and enrollment with the Center for Healthcare Services, all owes on the Clinic for Mental Health Services.
All right. Probation?
Yes, Judge.
Is that probation's recommendation?
Yes, Judge.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. State your name.
Emmanuel Nathaniel Morley Jr.
All right, so what is your mental health issue? What's your diagnosis? Do you have one?
PTSD.
All right. And do you have any support in Bexar County? Mother, father, siblings?
Not in Bexar County.
Where is your family?
In Houston.
All right. Do y'all,
Would you like the number?
no.
Oh.
Do you want to be, do y'all want to transfer him to Houston?
I have to contact him, see.
Well, I mean, if you don't have any support system here, do you think you would do better on probation in Houston?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Ms. Abrams, we'll do a referral to the Center for Healthcare Services. We'll see about a transfer to Houston. And I'm sorry, what else did you request? That's okay.
It was ISF cognitive intervention treatment track, the 90-day, all by ISP supervision, bi-weekly UAs, and enrollment with those underground services at the falls.
All right, so we will, before the transfer to Houston, then we'll do ISF cognitive followed by ISP. And he'll remain in custody till transferred. Probation, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, is there anything else that you need from the court to be successful? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
We did all the consideration, all number 24, PF 10351.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. Ready on John Swap.
Desiree Sariana.
We're ready, Judge.
Thank you. Court is calling 2023 CR 2580, State of Texas versus Desiree Sariano. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Oh, it's a theft case plea.
Daniel S. Ford, State of Texas.
Defense.
Thomas Beck, Ward Defendant.
All right, and are you Miss Sariano?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery? Did you review it with your client? I'm sorry, counsel, did you
Yes.
receive all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Sariano, did you review what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
I need her initial or for her to check the box on whether or not she's a citizen.
Versus.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of theft, $2,500 to $30,000? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I think so. Judge.
Off the record for a moment. Excuse me, this is not a massage parlor. He doesn't need you to massage him. You in the black, move to a different row.
You, ma'am.
You.
Move to a different room.
All right, we're back on the record. Ms. Sariana, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $500 fine to be probated. The state recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution of $14,000 to the complaining witness. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be 200 hours of community service restitution, and there's 100 hours in parentheses. Why is that?
Probated.
Probated. All right, did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State officers to be.
No objection.
All right. State, you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. So here's my question. It says the restitution is $14,000. But it says that she admits to taking between $13,000 and $14,000. Is there any proof of this? Does anybody know that it's 14,000 and not 13,000?
Well, Judge, other than what she says now.
And how's?
Well, I don't think they have an itemization. They're going on her confession. So
That's correct, yeah.
they don't have an itemization. No, they don't.
Well, it takes more than a confession to find somebody guilty. So somebody needs to come up with an itemization from somewhere, because otherwise, if somebody just says they're guilty of something, you need more than that. If somebody's saying they're entering a plea of no contest, you definitely need more than that. So with regards to the restitution amount, there needs to be something presented to the court. So I can figure out, 1, is she ever going to be able to pay restitution? And 2, what the restitution is. So is there anyone who can get restitution from Walmart? Something to show how much the specific amount is?
Right.
All right, so then what we'll do is we'll reset this for sentencing once we know the amount, and then I'll make a decision on whether or not I'll follow your agreement. Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 45 days for sentencing? All right, we're going to come back on October 28th.
Initiatives for sentencing, correct?
Yes. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. What page is she on?
She's on page 2.
All right, thank you. Who's here on Clarence McDaniel?
Taj Davis, the judge. Thank you.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 4842, State of Texas versus Clarence Earl McDaniel. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Marissa Giovanco.
And are you Mr. McDaniel? All right, we're here for sentencing. You entered a plea of guilty to count one. Count two was waived without objection. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 7 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. This will run concurrent with 726688. Taking in consideration 726689, 726690, 2024 CR 4841. And the state is silent on your applications. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
I am still reviewing it. Yes, Judge. I thought you had a longer line than you did. I'm sorry, Judge.
That's okay. Oh, if you want to continue to review it, you can.
Yes, that would be great. Thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thank you.
I approach your honor in that time.
Sure, just give me,
That is my client. He is difficult to use.
all right, just give me one moment, okay? Taj Davis. Who's here on Taj Davis? Sir, just have a seat. We'll wait for your attorney. And if you don't have them, pull the file. John Swamley?
Yes, your honor, present.
Yes. All right, so what is happening on this case? Hello. Hi.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Good morning, Your Honor. We received an offer from the state just today, Judge.
Okay.
My client is contemplating taking it. He requested a little bit of time to weigh his options, to go over the evidence with me one final time before making a decision. But I think by next setting, we'll be able to firmly tell the court whether it's going to be a plea on that date or a trial requested, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can give me a 2-week reset for a plea deadline date on Swanley, please.
Number 26.
All right, September 26th.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Upon filling out the reset, maybe be excused, Judge?
Yes. And number, what page is he on?
He's 16.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, yeah, that's fine. He can go. Is that Jose Lopez?
It is, your honor.
All right. So, my understanding, the competency evaluation was ordered. Has that been completed?
It has been completed. He's been found competent. We just need a trial date.
All right,
But
Miss,
he's difficult.
that's okay. Miss Ferguson, can I get a trial date on Jose Lopez? It's family violence and also it may be criminal trial division as well. All right, October 8th.
That's fine.
Oh, is that family violence?
It's family violence and criminal trial division.
They're gonna go with the ag robbery first.
You want to give it a different date?
Yes. November 12th.
November 12th?
All right.
All right, November 12th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Jason Gonzalez. Hello, where's Mr. Gonzalez?
He's here, your honor.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez. All right, as soon as he comes back. Yeah, Tommy comes back, just let me know.
If I can, Your Honor, I do have, and I have a meeting, I have to try and run out. It's just, I'm asking the court just to recall the case. We have a plea worked out. Part of that plea is a protective order. And they need to build, I guess, time to fill that out. My client, we went over the deal together. He wanted to accept the deal. It's just kind of getting all the moving parts finalized. So I'm just asking the case be recalled to next week.
Okay,
if
so what is
possible.
the issue with the protective order y'all are talking about?
We already started the process on getting it, which is not sure if it's gonna be officially accepted by the civil court today.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, Jason Gonzalez, can you recall this in 1 week, please?
Yeah, 19.
All right. All right, once he
Thank you
signs
so
the
much.
reset form, he'll be excused.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And what page is he on? Five, okay, thank you. Daniel Guerrero? All right. All right. Has an offer been, well, an offer was due today, so has the state tendered an offer?
I believe they're gonna be sending an offer, Judge, if we can get a plea deadline date.
All right. How old are you?
32.
I'm sorry?
32.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 3-week plea deadline date on Daniel Guerrero, please. All right, October 3rd.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you. You have a good day.
You too. Let me find the page he is on. Thanks. Alexander Brennan? Who's the attorney on Alexander Brennan? Yes. Brennan Alexander Cornish. Oh, coming down. All right, has discovery been completed?
I believe it has, but the state is reviewing this file for a potential dismissal.
Okay. All right, how much time are you all asking for?
Not much time, Judge. Defense did provide a affidavit from co-defendant. We just wanted time just to look into what this thinking updated.
All right, so you want to recall it next week or?
Probably just a little bit longer, Judge. There may be a couple.
All right, 2 weeks. When do you want it?
2 weeks. Should be.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 2 weeks, please? All right.
Sorry, we went back.
No problem.
September 26th.
Your Honor, my client would like me to ask for a sooner date. I know that the state needs time to look at it, but my client would prefer a date that's a little sooner than that.
All right, what I'll do is I'll set it for September 26th. Your attorney can reach out to them. If they want it brought back sooner, then we'll bring it back sooner, okay? All right, thank you.
And ma'am, my client would like to address the court.
Yes.
There are several issues. First of all, let me say thank you for having my face today. Sure. Street. I'm not a resident of Texas. I am indeed a registered indigenous individual of America. This statement and this fact is true and on record in Washington, D.C. at the Library of Congress. I've made this known to Mr. Bellevue, and I believe the state has no jurisdiction.
All right, so here's the thing. Let me stop you right there. That's another issue. And if your attorney wish to file a motion to that, I'll hear it. I hear motions.
There are several issues that I filed for as motions that my attorney has not brought to light of us.
Well, he's your attorney, not you. So we're going to come back on September 26th. And if things are resolved sooner than that, then your attorney can have you brought back sooner. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Javier Herrera. All right, this is scheduled for the 19th. Why are we here now?
Someone had it set today on my calendar.
Okay. All right, so where are we on discovery?
I found out from the state today that they spoke to CPS and we found out that there are no CPS records existing, so there's none that we need to receive, so I am still just, I haven't yet received an offer from the state.
All right, state, are you prepared to tender an offer?
We do ask. Police would get,
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you reset this in 3 weeks.
Charles is out that day. Can we do the 10th? He's here. It's Thursday. But he's here this Monday, the 7th, if you need that.
I can either do the 7th or the 10th, right? Monday or Thursday.
All right, which do you prefer?
Just make sure Charles is here. The 10th works best for me, Judge, if that's okay with the court.
All right, we'll put it for October 10th. All right, we'll see you back on October 10th, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Norma, what page is he on?
He's on page 2, Judge.
Thank you. Jose Mejia?
Yes, I have him also, Judge.
All right, so where are we on this case?
I know, I think Charles and Jason have conferred more on this case than me.
And I think we're in the stage of discovery.
We are, Judge. This is a case of a little bit older, but I've talked to Charles one at a time about the case, and he's currently in trial, I believe.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, because they're high-level felonies, recall this one in 45 days for discovery, and I think that should give everybody a chance.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Just one moment, you're gonna get your date. Is that 45 days? All right, you say October 28th?
He's out.
Okay, he's out. You wanna put it in November?
He's out in most of November. He's back by like the week of, sometime after November 18th. He's gone for the first couple of weeks.
All right. If you'll put it after November 18th,
It's the 21st, please.
all right, we'll put it for November 21st.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes,
Judge, can I put this in discovery?
yes. Who's here on Hernandez Alberto Navidad?
I'm President Jones.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Your Honor.
Are you all ready to proceed?
The judge, he is asking me to ask you for a reset because he has surgery scheduled for October 14th and a follow-up on the back surgery October 31st.
All right, have you conferred with the state?
I have not, Your Honor. I just thought I would ask whether or not the court wanted to proceed on the sentencing or wanted me to approach you to ask about.
All right, if you should probably confer in the state with the state to see if they have any objections to that.
Okay.
Oh, just have a seat. Chaz Reed? Yes. Hello, all right, where are we on this case?
Judge, they've given an offer for the first time today. We
Okay.
would like a reset to mull over the offer.
All right, how old are you? How old are you?
42.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Chaz Reed. Can you recall this in 2 weeks for a plea deadline date?
And Judge, last time we were here, you ordered a PR bond interview, but that
Yes.
never took place.
All right,
far
we'll
as we
see what
know.
happened with that. I'll make sure that they put it in the system.
Okay.
September 26th,
All right, we'll be back on September 26th for a plea deadline date.
scheduled for the interview already.
All right, they said that you've been scheduled.
You accept.
September 26th. Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
who's here on Adriana Herrera? All right, come forward. Hello, so where are we on this case?
We're ready for trial, Your Honor.
All right, has an offer been tendered?
Yes.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this case? It's Adriana Herrera. All right, so State, did you have a chance to tender an offer? All right, could you check and see?
But we just want a trial, Judge.
I require that offers be tendered. For example, if they were offering her a Class C, would she accept it or would she still want a trial?
We would want a trial, Your Honor.
Okay, well, no, not we, she, would she still want a trial?
That's
So
true.
if an offer has not been tendered, she doesn't know.
No, Your Honor.
All right, State, you need to tender an offer.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you all step back. They're gonna tender an offer. Who's here on Isaac Chavez? All right, is this going to be contested?
It is, but my client is asking the court for a very short reset so he can take a look at, hopefully the labs for the proposed DWI will come back. And from what I understand in talking with the state, the arresting agency for the DWI can get videotaped within the next.
All right, they don't necessarily have to go on the DWI. We'll come back at 1:30.
Thank you.
Norma Isaac Chavez is going to be 1:30. Let me see. Okay. All right, and what page is he on?
He is on page
10.
10.
All right, thank you. Stephanie Galvan. Counsel, where are we on discovery?
That is complete. I have conferred with the state. They have provided an offer to be good until the next setting.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll set this in 30 days for a plea deadline date. All right, we'll come back on October 14th. Make sure you're on time next time, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alberto Hernandez. Oh, I'm sorry. Have you all had a chance to speak with the state?
Judge, it's a special prosecutor. He's been requested down. He was here earlier, but he has been called down.
All right, thank you. Carl Fuller?
Yes, Judge. Have a very.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Fuller, your case has been dismissed. Remember, whatever brought you here, whatever issues they are, they're still out there unless you address them, okay?
Thank
All
you,
right,
Judge.
good luck to you.
Already on. And they are in and already on the tour. He has to do a waiver notice. A lot of shit I have.
Number, what page is Carl Fuller on?
Page 4.
Page 4, Judge. Thank you, guys. Let me see. Okay. No, I don't see an Estrada up here. Well, just 1 second. Yes, I do. Jordan Estrada,
Good morning, Judge.
good morning. All right, where's Jordan Estrada?
He was on Zoom.
Ah, and he is on Zoom. Let me let him in.
Yes.
He's in live chat.
Okay. Mr. Estrada, if you show your video. All right, I don't see your,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't see your photo. You need to give your computer or phone permission to show video.
You see it?
No.
I see everything.
Yeah, we don't see
Let
it.
me get some assistance. Let me get some assistance.
Yeah. Ah, there you are. All right. So,
I got it.
all right. Thank you. So today is your plea deadline date. You need to take off your cap, sir. All right. So today is his plea deadline date.
He's in treatment for the next 90 days.
For the next 90 days. All right. Miss.
Judge, let me just tell you, there's a violation report up there too for GPM. If you remember, I know it probably stand out, it took us about 3 weeks to get him out of Bear County Jail.
Yeah.
He's got a GPS violation because he was not able to report one of the times you released him on personal bond.
Okay.
That's what it's from. It's not that he got out and did something. So he was in jail, so of course he could not report to GPS.
Okay. All right. And
does that make sense to you?
It does, but I need to change this because it shows that he's still in jail, which obviously he's not. So I'll take care of that.
Okay, Judge.
But he's in a facility?
He's a lifetime recovery, Judge.
All right. Lifetime recovery. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
I am his counselor. I'm here too.
All right. Awesome. I just can't see your face, whoever the counselor is.
Sorry, man.
Hi. No problem. Thank you. So he's going to be there for an extra 90 days?
I think the best source is right there on the screen.
Excuse me, to the counselor?
Ma'am, I'm understanding he's out of court order to be here, and we're a standard 45-day program.
No.
So
Here's the
standing
thing.
any court order for.
All right, if you'll stop moving around because it's throwing the camera off. How long is
Yes,
he going to
ma'am.
be there? When is his release date from you?
45 days from the date of entry, ma'am. I'm sorry that I didn't know that I was going to be in this hearing. I do not have that date in front of me right now. If I can walk out and be back in a minute and a half, I could have that. Or if you can be patient for another 30 seconds, we'll get you that
All right, no
projected date.
problem.
It took him about 3 weeks to let him know.
Okay.
Let's try that, Jordan. It's gonna be blank right there, but let me see. Okay, this is 21st.
And it's just so I know what reset date to give you.
The 45th day would be the 9th.
Again, I do it Friday, so. October 21st, right? Is that correct?
October 24th would be the 45 days.
So, ma'am, it'd be October the 25th, which is gonna be 46 days in treatment. October
All right.
25th, discharge date.
All right, and what day of the week is October 25th?
Yes.
Oh, no, that's not.
It's on a Friday.
All right, so Norma, can you put this on that Monday,
28th.
the 28th? Are you free on the 28th?
Thank you.
All right, so your next court date here is going to be October 28th, and you'll need to appear in court or by Zoom if you're still in treatment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're excused.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.
Can I ask him one thing, ma'am?
Yes.
About the UAs and all that. Yeah, I had got it on with the Central Med over here, and I sent it to y'all, I guess. You know what I mean? The UAs, and when I first got here to Lifetime Recovery, they did the UA.
All right, so what you'll need to do is talk to your attorney about that, and he'll make sure that's taken care of if there's some confusion over who's doing testing.
Okay, and then I got a different supervisor officer, Jasmine Lanier.
All right, so defense, if you'll make sure that the pretrial services officer is aware of where he's located so they can communicate.
Could I get a name for the pretrial officer?
Yes, Ms. Ferguson will give that to you. It's in here.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Lifetime, for having him zoom in.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Bye-bye. Adriana Herrera. All right, was an offer tendered?
First tendered, Your Honor.
All right, do you need time to think about the offer or no?
No.
All right, so you're rejecting the offer?
Yes.
All right, how long do y'all expect this jury trial to last? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. Criminal Trial Division, 2 days.
Judge, I just need, there's some business records that are gonna be filed. Just a little bit of time to get the business records certified and in proper admissible form.
All right, October 1st, once you all sign the reset form, your excuse.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And what page is she on? Ah, I see. I got it. Thanks. Alberto Hernandez.
Wait for a prosecutor to tell me yes or no.
All right, thank you. Todd Davis. Todd Davis? All right. All right, so where are we on this case?
He has had his hearing with parole. They have not made a decision. Says he's supposed to hear a decision within 2 weeks.
Okay,
And we're just asking to know what the decision is so we can address the court about how to handle this.
all right, we'll recall it in 3 weeks. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Taj Davis, if we can recall this in 3 weeks, please. Okay. All right, we'll see you back on October 3rd. You're welcome. Megan, oh, just 1 second of that. Landon Kendrick. Who's here for Landon Kendrick? All right, yes. What is happening with these cases?
Judge, there was a new case that happened very recently, from the last 2 weeks. I was able to give, it's the MAC packet that contained the police report. There's a possibility that another charge could be sent on that case. This is one thing that could be still, to just ask time just to make sure. All we have is that one report.
Okay, when do y'all want it recalled?
Probably need about, probably a month.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Kendrick, please?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
14th, October 14th.
All right, we'll be back on October 14th.
Judge, back there is violation with there was something.
Yes, I'll rule on that right now.
Are we gonna go to court on indigenous people? Columbus Day? I don't have anything scheduled, so I'm just wondering if it's a
Well, I mean,
holiday
you
here.
can come by.
Not a Bear County holiday.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you never know.
That's, I think, the one we give up for Fiesta.
Celeste Juarez,
Your Honor, may I approach?
yes.
And it's just me here today, Judge.
Mhm.
She is set for 9/17 and she's in nursing school and has a
Okay.
test that day. And what we're asking is if we can just get it recalled like a week later. So she can focus on that test.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 1 week? It's scheduled for 9/17.
Perfect. We appreciate your also
You're welcome.
patience and flexibility.
All right, sure.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Davis. Andrew.
All right, and then on Conacher, put her on the docket for September 16th. There we go.
Here.
Yvette Martinez. All right, your attorney's not here. Alberto Hernandez, we're still waiting. Clarence McDaniel.
Ready, Judge.